Hi there, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks. And this is the Tech Travel Geeks video where we're going to set up the Xiaomi 11T Pro 5G, which is the direct successor to the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro 5G, which we recently reviewed here on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel. If you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. Right then, so we've unboxed the Xiaomi 11T Pro 5G. It's very shiny, it has very glossy back that gives a lot of reflection. What I'm going to do now is use the SIM tray at the bottom of the device to put my SIM card in. In this case, it's my 3SIM with unlimited data, and it's not unlimited as in with an asterisk. This is proper all-you-can-eat data. So in the SIM tray, SIM should fit facing that way. This is a dual SIM device, so you'll be able to fit in 2 SIM cards if you wish to. One on one side of the tray, one on the other. This is a similar setup to what we've seen on Xiaomi phones and other Huawei phones in the past. So I'm just going to make sure it goes in the right way, aligning the... Now the on-off button is on the right on the device here. It's not recessed as we saw last year on the... Now the on-off button is on the right. It's not recessed as we saw last year on the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro 5G. On the Xiaomi 11T Pro 5G, it's just a normal button. Similar to what we saw on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10. It's a non-recessed button. So here we are, MIUI 12.5. I'm going to press go, and we're in English United Kingdom. So lots of different languages to choose from. I'm going to go with that and go forward with the setup. So we're in the United Kingdom, great. I trust Xiaomi with everything and give them access to my data, great. Now we're going to check and connect to my Planet Express Wi-Fi. Ooh. That is really nice haptic feedback. This is the first time I've typed on the Xiaomi 11T Pro 5G, and I have to say the haptic feedback was very pleasant to use. It's a sharp one, it's not a mushy haptic feedback as you see in some smartphones. So we're connected to Wi-Fi, it's now getting the phone ready through updates. It's offering to copy apps and data over, but I'm not going to do that. I'm wanting to go through the new smartphone experience. And as you can see, as the Xiaomi 11T Pro 5G comes out of the box, it has 78% battery. I'm just going to enter my Google details. So I agree to Google's terms of service. I trust Google, probably more than Xiaomi at this point, but we'll see what happens. I accept everything. And in this case, you have the option to choose your search provider. So Google, Microsoft Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, Ecosia, FairSearch. There's quite a few to choose from here. But I'm boring, so I'm going to go for Google. It seems to work best for me. And let's continue the setup and see what other settings are available. This should be the Google Assistant. I have previously set up multiple devices, so it should already have my imprint, and it does. So there's nothing more required to be done. I don't want to add another email account, change font size, change wallpaper, review additional apps. So we're going to go ahead with the setup. Now this should be the Xiaomi login coming up. Yes, so I'm going to just use my Google account, and that's done. Fairly straightforward if you have a Google account to be able to do that. Okay, allow. We're going to allow Xiaomi to access everything. I don't want to sync gallery. Messages, call history, no. Well, actually, yes, I'll do that. Wi-Fi, Mi browser, Bluetooth, and frequent phrases, yes. So it's wanting to activate my account. I'll set this up as a new device. Set password, fingerprint. Before we do that, we need to set up a pattern. I'll do that now. And you need to remember this because it's essential. If your fingerprints weren't working, you'd have to use your pattern. And again, in this case, the haptic feedback is excellent. So I'm going to use the fingerprint power button on the side of the device to tap my thumb on it. And it guides you through doing that pretty easily. The haptic feedback, as with the keyboard, is very, very good. Now we're going through the edge areas of my fingerprint. Great, it's been added. So, location, diagnostic data, system updates, personalized ads, and user experience program. Great. And I'm going to go with the MIUI setup with an app drawer. I like the fact that you now have that as an option during your setup process. And that's it, we're done, setup complete. So it will now load us into the phone. Now, really first impressions is the screen is gorgeous. This AMOLED panel is very, very nice. I thought that on the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro 5G, the LCD was great and there was no real need for an AMOLED. But now using this and having them side by side, I think it is a noticeable difference. Maybe not on camera, but you can also see there's a difference in the notch positioning. On the Mi 10T Pro 5G, it's in the top left. On the Xiaomi 11T Pro 5G, it's in the center of the screen. And here we are, we're into the device. So here we are, we're connected, this is MIUI, and there's already updates available as it comes out of the box. So what I'll do is go and run that update. But for now, I think we can pretty much wrap up this setup. Obviously, it's going to be very subjective which apps you choose to use on MIUI. I personally go with the Google Suite, Facebook Suite, Telegram, Pocket Cast for podcasts, and that pretty much covers all the bases for me. But depending on who you are and what services you are, you may need to do that through the Play Store, which is available here. And one thing I would recommend is make sure all the updates for the apps in the Play Store are up to date. So in this case, we have 6 updates waiting to go, actually pending, but there's a load more for the pre-installed apps. And if we look a bit more in detail at the apps here, there's quite a few, including a few travel-related ones, such as Agoda. Agoda being a pretty great travel agency that offer good deals, especially if you're in Southeast Asia. But not to worry, a lot of these apps can be uninstalled. For example, eBay, I don't use them anymore. Long press, you have the uninstall button. You get prompted to say, do you want to uninstall the app? I'll say uninstall, and pop, there it goes. So all these apps, excluding a few of the Google ones, can be uninstalled, and the system Xiaomi ones can be uninstalled, which is good to see. But even through the setup process, the Xiaomi 11T Pro 5G doesn't seem to be slowing down despite an operating system update in the background, which is Android 11 updating, as well as a few other apps updating from the Play Store. There's been no slowdowns. And ergonomically, the device feels great to hold. That AMOLED screen is bright, it's punchy colors, it feels good. The only thing I think I might need to get used to is that power button not being recessed, which is also the fingerprint scanner, which is, as you can see, lightning fast. That's really fast. Great, so I think that's the setup done. It's pretty straightforward, especially if you've already set up a Xiaomi device. And most of that was also the Google setup, so no issues there. We will be covering the Xiaomi 11T Pro 5G more in depth in the coming days and weeks, so make sure you're subscribed to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube if you'd like to see more, and make sure you have that bell notification turned on. For now, thanks for watching and goodbye from me.